host for today, Joanne. And we have a special guest who have successfully gotten funding to study in Indonesia. Yeah, so he'll be introducing himself shortly. But before then, if you're just coming across this podcast for the first time, this is Scholar Chit-Chat Podcast. And here we are committed to bringing you relevant information to help your study abroad dream. So we get guests that have gotten different scholarships to come and chat to us about the scholarship they got and their journey so far. And to our returning listeners, we're glad to have you back. Yes, so now I'll just let our guest introduce himself so that we can get a bit background of who he is, what he has done, and what he's currently doing.
Okay, thank you, John, for inviting me to your podcast. My name is Auwal Bello. I am from Nigeria. I did my undergraduate in Umar Musa Yar'Adua University, Katsina State, Nigeria. I studied industrial chemistry. Currently now I'm international postgraduate student in Indonesia. I'm studying material science and engineering at Institute of Technology, Bandung. Yeah, this is just more about me.
Okay, thank you very much. Glad to have you here to share your experience with us.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Okay, how and when did you hear about studying in Indonesia and what motivated you to apply?
Yeah, firstly, I learned about studying in Indonesia through academic network. I can say through a scholarship platform, which is known as Northern Elite Scholarship Forum. I get the link for that scholarship. I did my research about the scholarship, and what motivated me was Indonesian stroke academic reputation in their university, and it is relevant to development and research focus. So I just dig for the opportunities to study in a diverse and multicultural environment that aligns closely with the challenges we are facing in our home country. And I saw that the scholarship is for development countries that have the partnership with Indonesia. So it's just a common scholarship that is given to African, Asians, and Pacifics. So I did all my research before I apply. I gather all the documents and I download the guidelines from their official portal. I go through it and I make sure that all the document that is needed for that scholarship, I have it before I start the application.
That's nice. Okay, so which particular scholarship did you get? And for those that are just hearing about the scholarship for the first time, can you give us a background of what the scholarship entails?
Yeah, the scholarship I got is called KNB, which is known as Kementerian Negara Berkembang. This is just in Bahasa Indonesia, but in English it means the scholarship for developing countries that have the partnership with Indonesia. It's a prestigious, fully funded scholarship program offered by the government of Indonesia to international students from developing countries who wish to pursue their bachelor's, master's, or doctoral degree at the top universities in Indonesia. So I received the KNB scholarship, which is fully funded, and I found about it in through the official scholarship platform. I verified the information through the Indonesian embassy. Then I apply for the scholarship.
Okay. Applicants going to manage any extra expenses, or does the scholarship cover for everything? Maybe like application fee, visa, or even flights?
Yeah, the scholarship, as I already mentioned, is fully funded program that covers the tuition fee, Indonesian language training, monthly living allowances, research and book allowances, health insurance. You know, the one good things about this scholarship, they will give you a settlement allowance. Once you arrive in Indonesia, before you start your studies, they will give you some settlement allowances to settle yourself before you start earning the stipend. And it covers the round trip airfare, flight ticket, everything is covered. There is no application fee, but however, I think for Nigerian applicants should plan for the such minor expenses such as document legalization, medical test, and some related costs. That is all about the KNB, but it is fully funded. Everything is covered.
Okay. So what scholarship covers? That's all can bachelor, masters, and PhD.
Yeah, the scholarship, for KNB scholarship it supports bachelor's degree, master's, and doctoral programs. And for master's program, it runs for 4 semesters. For bachelor's, I think it's 8 semesters. For doctoral, is also may last up to 4 semesters, but excluding the mandatory Indonesian language training. For all the awardees that got the scholarship, they must undergo 1 year Bahasa program before they start the normal academic session. So with that 1 year academic session that you did for Bahasa Indonesia, I think for undergraduate it must be like 5 years. For the program that is 4 years, it's 5 years. For masters, it will be like 3 years. For PhD, it is 4 years.
Okay, thank you very much for that information. Now, the next question, let's talk about the documents that are required for this scholarship.
Okay, for KNB, the required document include the academic certificate. If you are applying for bachelor's degree, you need to have your WAEC certificate, like West African Examination Council, or a NECO result. This is the acceptable result. For those that are applying for masters, they should have their original certificate, because for this year they rejected so many applicants that apply with the notification of results. So I think now it is must that you should have your original certificate before you apply. Then your academic transcript. Then you must have a passport. For passport, it must have at least 16 months before it expires. Then your academic CV, you need an academic CV. Then for Nigerian applicants, I think Nigeria is English-speaking country. We don't need the English proficiency, but we need the English medium of instruction that the student can apply to get it from their previous institution if you are applying for masters and PhD. Then you need the motivation or study plan essay. Then you need a recommendation letter. If you are applying for masters, you need the recommendation letter from your previous institution, maybe from your department or your supervisor. Then applicant for KNB cannot submit the embassy recommendation letter themselves. They must be issued directly by the relevant authority, like the embassy or the consulate. So the applicant should request the recommendation letter through the official email address provided by the Embassy of Indonesia in Nigeria. And before you request for that, you must make sure that you have all these documents that I have mentioned. This document should be legalized by the Ministry of Education and Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So after legalization, then you, I can say authentication and legalization, then you attach a mail saying that you are applying for KNB, because they have 2 government scholarship tiers and the KNB. So you have to attach all these documents, including your medical certificate, and you must attach it in single PDF file. Then you should just write a precise note that you are so by name from so state. You are applying for KNB scholarship, and you need the embassy recommendation letter before you apply. And mostly you must mention the institution you are applying. If they check your document truly and see that you are eligible, then they will send you the recommendation letter through your email address. After you get the email, then you continue your application, because you can't submit your application without that embassy recommendation letter. It is the first stage in the KNB application.
Okay, so the embassy will send the recommendation to your email, then you submit it?
Yeah, if they send you the recommendation letter, then you go ahead and register on their official website, because they have the official website. You just create the profile. After you create the profile, you fill the form and uploaded all the required documents, including your certificate, your statement of purpose, the motivation letter. For this year, instead of the motivation letter, they introduce a video. It's a form of motivation letter, but in video, you must take a video of 3 to 5 minutes, introducing yourself, your academic background, the university you are applying for, your motivation for applying to that program, and what will be the contribution
So,
after you.
they're no longer using open.
Yeah, now it's no longer open. Yeah, I think they are already done with the interview. Now the applicants are waiting for the result.
Okay, so like when does the scholarship open? What's the application open?
Yeah, usually the scholarship opens around February, March, and they close around April. Then they will start the scholarship application. You know, there is some certain stage that you have to pass before you get the interview email from the university that you have applied. Yeah, there is some certain criteria, certain stage that you must pass. You must pass the embassy stage. That is, they will check for the document to see if your document are complete. Are you eligible to apply? Then they will check also for the recommendation letter. You know, sometimes some people like forge the document and upload. So they will make sure that everything is legit, and they will check truly the document you provided and the information, personal information. Maybe your date of birth on your passport is 1999 and the one that you have filled in the portal is 1997. So all these disparities will lead to disqualification. Yeah, so if you pass the embassy recommended stage, then they will pass your document to the Ministry of Education, the higher education in Indonesia. They will also assess your document. They will assess the motivation letter and see which university will be a good fit for you, because you have two options, the first and second option. So there is almost 48 universities for KNB that are the host universities that you can apply. So among that two, they will see which one will be a good fit for the program you have chosen. Then they will send your document to that school. After they send, the school will assess and see if you are eligible, you are competent enough, then they will call you for an interview. So after the interview, now the school will send the names of successful applicants to Ministry of Higher Education. Then they will publish the name of the applicant that successfully got the scholarship. Yeah. Okay,
so like what grade do you think someone has to have to get the scholarship? Can a 2 to apply, and then can HND holders also apply for the scholarship?
Yeah, I think the scholarship selection is based on academic merit, clarity of study objectives, leadership potential, and I think commitment to development, because they will assess not only your grade, your leadership potential, your commitment to development, and the way you structure your statement of purpose. Is it not AI generated? Because some of the applicants, they can just give the AI the prompt to generate the SOP for them. So they will assess your academic merit, your research experience, your background. Then for those that have the 2-2, they can apply, and those with the HND can apply, but the HND will not be like considered. They will just, maybe if you are applying for bachelor's or you are applying for master's, they will just consider it for a bachelor degree, then you just go ahead with master's. If you are applying for, like, you have a national diploma and you want to apply for bachelor, they'll just consider you as the normal applicant that are eligible, because maybe the eligibility will state that applicant with the higher school certificate. So if you have the higher school certificate, your national diploma will be just an additional document that will support that, yes, you have some achievement. Maybe they can consider you by saying that as an academic merit. Yeah, so I think that is all. And all the applicants can improve their chances by submitting a strong application, original study plan, and selecting the relevant programs, and ensuring all the documents are complete and accurate, because you can apply to the program that is not relevant to the previous certificate you got. Like the one, maybe you complete bachelor degree in political science and now you are applying for maybe business management. So they will reject you because there is no relevant between the political science and business management. Maybe if you study bachelor's in business administration, you can go for business management and something like that. You can do bachelor of science in natural and applied science and you apply for maybe some art courses. Yeah, the program should be relevant to your previous certificate.
Okay, essays are not required now. It's just video. How will you advise applicants to record the video? What key elements should they add in the video to make them stand out?
Yeah, the video is the same with the old method. It's just what I would advise prospective applicant to do is that they should firstly know that the video is just like a statement of purpose that we normally write. Firstly, you need to introduce yourself, state your name, your country, and your previous certificate. Maybe you are applying for master's degree, then your academic background, and maybe some of your research that you have already did, the outcome of the research, what motivates you to apply for that scholarship, for the KNB scholarship. Why did you choose the school that you are applying for, and what motivates you to choose that school? Then what will be your contribute after you successfully got the scholarship? And you should mention that after you complete your short and long term goals, you have to specifically mention that maybe after you completed your masters, you will return back to Nigeria to contribute with what you have learned, because the scholarship is for developed countries that have the partnership with Indonesia. After you complete your study, you should return back to your home country to contribute.
Okay, so now returning to your country, you must after the scholarship, or you can choose to stay back in Indonesia?
No, you can't stay in Indonesia unless maybe you get the PhD. Maybe you get the PhD scholarship, but it is must that you must come back to your country, even for the visa application and some processes before you come back.
Okay. So thank you very much. So from your perspective, what common mistakes do you see applicants make when applying, and how can they avoid this?
Yeah, I think the applicant for KNB, the common mistake that they are made is for this year. I see that so many applicants did some mistakes, like when uploading the document, they didn't name the document clearly. Maybe you are uploading your certificate, then instead of uploading your certificate, someone will upload the statement of purpose. So all these are the common mistakes that normally the applicant did during the application. Some will send an incomplete document because maybe sometimes there is some document that are 3 pages and you just upload 1 page incomplete transcript. Maybe you didn't snap it well. You just send maybe your 100 level and second year result without the third year and fourth year. So these are all the aspects of incomplete document that the student applicant are sending. Then sometimes applicant made mistake when filling the information. Maybe your name, when filling the information, someone is like Abdul Aziz. Instead of using A in Aziz, you will use maybe E. So all these things will cost you, because in your passport you are maybe Gabriel and you add L in the end, Gabriele. So all this will cost you because they will think this is not you. This is a poached document. And sometimes writing generic essay, I strongly emphasize on this, because in scholarship journey now we have some plagiarism software that they normally use during the assessment. Even without that plagiarism software, it is easily to detect all this AI generated text, because one, once you are in academic, once you see the AI writing, you can easily detect it. So I emphasize on applicant to make sure that the document, like the SOP, is originally write by them. Make sure that you did all your best to write it by yourself. Maybe you need some grammatical correction. You can give it to some grammatical softwares to check and correct it for you, but not give the AI like ChatGPT to generate the complete SOP for you. Make sure that you did it by yourself, because for SOP there is some aspect that you need to include in your SOP or in your video, because AI will not do that for you. You have to state it clearly by yourself. Like it's just like they need the clarity and originality in all the document you are submitting, because they just want to award the best people or the best applicant. So they will study it truly before like giving you the scholarship.
Okay. Thank you very much for that answer. Let's talk about the interview now. What should applicants expect, and how should they prepare for the interview?
For interview, for KNB scholarship, there is for some universities, they used to conduct interview or psychological assessment to evaluate the academic readiness and the motivation. So most of the questions that they normally ask is just like, first, for the general scholarship question, like introduction. They have to know about you, who is you, where are you coming from, all these questions. Then they will ask you some academic questions. Then the university specific questions, why you choose this university, why do you want to study in this university. Then they will ask you about the motivation and your future plan. Maybe they will ask you some questions that are related to the country, like maybe because for someone that is applying for the international scholarship, he or she must know something about the country they are applying for, maybe the language, the culture, and how can he adapt in that country if you successfully got the scholarship. So all these are the kind of questions that they will ask you during the interview. Tell us more about yourself. Why did you apply for the KNB scholarship? Why did you choose Indonesia for your studies? Why do you want to study the program that you have chosen? Which area of specialization you have? Explain your project that you have worked on before. All these are the questions that they will ask you. Maybe what impact do you want to create after you graduate? How will you contribute to your community after you graduate? Do you see yourself like becoming a researcher or entrepreneur or a lecturer, like your long-term goal after you complete the master's or the PhD program? Or normally before the interview, sometimes some schools give you psychological test to assess your ability for the program. The psychological test mostly focus on some logic reasonings and the mathematical aspect, some English proficiency questions, some comprehension, and so many things. And the question is objectives question. Maybe some school will give you like 100 questions for you to attempt. So if you successfully got the marks that they want, then they will invite you for academic interview. That psychological test is non-academic interview, and if you successfully pass, they will call you for academic interview. But some schools, they will invite you for both the psychological test and the academic interview. After they have done with that, they will evaluate and like see if you have successfully passed. Then they would send your result to the Ministry of Higher Education. They will compile the students that are successfully passed the interview, and they will send the result to Indonesian embassy. Then they will publish the result.
Okay, thank you very much. Yes, for this scholarship, can applicants go with maybe any dependents, or they have to go alone? Can you bring your dependent?
No. For KNB scholarship, it didn't support the dependent. Usually, they will support your research cost. They will give you the insurance. Your health insurance will be covered. Everything about you, they will give you the stipend, but you should not come with the dependent. The scholarship didn't support the dependent. Because after you complete your study, you have to return back to your country.
Okay, so for maybe some applicants that are already familiar with the language, maybe they already know how to speak the language and communicate with the language, do they still need to do the 1 year mandatory language class?
Yeah, sometimes there is one in the past. There is one scholarship program, they call it Dermasiswa. It's just 1 year scholarship program for those that are interested to learn about Bahasa Indonesia language. They will come and study for 1 year. They will study Bahasa Indonesia for 1 year. Some of them, they will return back to their home country, and some they will also apply for KNB and TS scholarship and other university scholarship. There are so many scholarship, maybe university-based scholarship, but KNB and the TS are the government scholarship. So if they got that scholarship, since they have the certificate for language, sometimes some school will exempt you. They will give you, instead of giving you some basic Bahasa like course, they will give you an advanced one. Maybe there is some categories A1, V1, A1, A2, B2, like the basic. So now they will give you the advanced one. Instead, if you do, the program is called BIPA. So if you complete BIPA 1 and BIPA 2, now they will give you BIPA 3 and BIPA 4 to complete, instead of going for BIPA 1 again. And for some schools, they will just exempt you for that. Then you will start your sitting classes, but it is mandatory if you get the KNB scholarship or TS to undergo that 1 year Bahasa program. So you will not be able to start your program unless that 1 year program is passed.
Okay, so after the 1 year program, when you start lectures, are you in the language? So the mode of instruction now?
The mode of instruction, it varies. It depends on the program you have choose. Sometimes some programs, the language of instruction will be both Bahasa Indonesia. They will teach you with the Bahasa language, but as international student, you write all your examinations in English. It depends on the course that you have choose, but mostly the program will be English taught for international student, mostly. But there are some rare courses that they use the Bahasa Indonesia to teach the student, but it's rare, small ones. But most of the courses will be taught in English. Even if it is not taught in English completely, maybe 70% will be in English, 30% will be in Bahasa. The essence of that Bahasa Indonesia language is for you to be able to interact with the locals and also understand their language so that you can live comfortably here, because most of the Indonesian peoples, I can say local peoples, they don't understand English. Because their national language is Bahasa Indonesia. So you may have so many issues when going to the market or some supermarket or local markets. So you have a barrier communicating with the locals. But if you learn about the Bahasa Indonesia, you will be able to communicate with the local peoples. And also within the universities, I think some of the lecturers also may prefer to talk you with Bahasa Indonesia instead of English language, because it is more easier for them. And sometimes you may have a class with the Indonesian people. So maybe there are 7 and you are the only international student in the class. So they may use both English and Bahasa Indonesia when teaching you. For them to understand, they will use the Bahasa Indonesia. For you, they will also use the English to explain so many things.
You got the scholarship at your first try?
Yeah, this is my first trial for the KNB scholarship. But for other scholarship, I can't remember how many times I applied for the scholarships. Yeah, I applied for so many countries, so many scholarships. I reach interview, some I reach interview stage, some I got the scholarship without funding, some I got this the admission and I didn't get the opportunity to have the funding. So many scholarships. Some I didn't reach the interview stage, I got rejected. All these are the experience in the scholarship journey.
How did you manage rejection and what advice will you give to someone that is going through that phase right now?
Yeah, but my advice for those that are like applying for the scholarship, I would say start early.
Yeah.
Follow the guidelines carefully. Be honest in your application. Make sure that you did a good research to understand the program objectives before you apply. Align your goals with the current research that is ongoing on the university that you are applying for. Make sure that you have all the documents that are required for that scholarship, because I experienced such situations. Sometimes you may be eligible with some document, but when they assess your transcript, they may see that you lack some background on that courses. So make sure that you did a good research, and in the university you are applying for, go to the university profile, check for the department, see all the courses that they offered in the department, go through it, and all these are the things that you need to do before you start your application. And the reason why I say start early, maybe you be rushing when the time is already gone. But if you see that this scholarship will be open on March, so before March, maybe in the months of February, you gathered all your documents, go through the portal and see all the program objectives, write your statement of purpose, send it to someone, or if you know any scholar that got that scholarship, send him your SOP for him to review, because he already go all through that process. He know what they want, what they didn't. So he can help you review your SOP, make some correction, make some feedback, recommendation for you to so that to be able to get the scholarship. So this is my small advice for the applicant, and I always emphasize that do not use ChatGPT or any AI to generate the statement of purpose or study plan during your application. Make sure that you use your own brain and write a natural and clear statement of purpose.
Thank you very much for that advice. So the next question, what was your biggest cultural shock when you first moved to Indonesia, and how did you adjust academically and socially in a new country?
For me, I can say that when I come to Indonesia, the major shock is learning a new language. Learning a new language and coming to international environment is different and is entirely different. Thank God that the support we got from the international office and the university, the welcoming nature of Indonesian people, it makes things easier for us to transition and adapt. So after that, I can say that we got one brother in the university that we apply for. When we came here, he makes sure that always be with us, asking us, how are you now? There is one funny story I would like to tell you. In our first week, when we arrived in Indonesia, we have some orientation ceremony in Jakarta, from Jakarta to Bandung. One day I went out to buy food from a small eatery near our dormitory, and unfortunately I forgot the name of the food I wanted to buy. And since it was a small local eatery and I don't know how to ask for a menu, I had to call him
Yeah.
On phone, I say, my brother, hello. Please, what is the name of the food that you have bought for us yesterday? If he reply like, which one do you ask? I say, that rice you buy for us. He say, the name of the rice is nasi goreng. I say, thank you. So when they hear that I say nasi goreng, they burst into laugh.
Yeah.
You mean they ask nasi? Mau nasi? Yeah, I say, yeah. You know, nasi rice is nasi. So fried rice here, they get nasi goreng. So I say nasi goreng. Ada.
Okay.
Yeah, ada. So that is how we survive here. So after following weeks after school orientation, we were continuously guided by the international office for other legal processes, and after completing all this process, we become like independent. So and also, as you know, there are online ride booking applications such as Bolt Nigeria. So we install all that application in our phones. One day I used that application to book a car from our dormitory to the campus. Because we were living outside the campus at International Student Dormitory. Here they call it Asrama Samburia, which is almost around 2 kilometers from the campus. So I booked the car, and when the driver arrived, he dropped us toward the university. However, I made a mistake. Instead of selecting the correct gate, I mistakenly chose the main campus gate. So instead of choosing the gate that is where our classroom were located, so I chose the main gate. We were on the road, and when we arrived, I realized that this was not the place I intended to go. Even though it was still the Institute of Technology Bandung, because I see the gate. The driver did not understand English, and we were not proficient enough in Bahasa to explain this. This is not our destination. So we start doing like body language, was showing with hand. No, this is not the place. So, but at that time, we have to come out of the car and ask some security, but they direct us with some students that understand English. So that is how we survive here. Because by that time, I didn't know anything apart from like terima kasih, which means thank you, some numbers, days in the week. I can't fluently communicate with the people, but eventually now I can say I can communicate with the locals. Can take more than 30 minutes communicating with the people, because we spend more than 6 months now learning the language. At least this is a good experience, because learning language is one of the shock that I have received when I arrived here. But with time, we are
now you've learned a new language, and that's very beautiful.
At least now I have another language that I can say. Now I can speak more than one language. Now I can speak Bahasa, I can speak Hausa, I can speak English, maybe I can speak some French language. This is one of the best experience, because learning new language, at least is good experience.
I can really imagine.
Can you imagine? It's like you have been born again here, because you don't know everything. You have to start from the scratch, since from the alphabet, from numbers. They would teach you about everything.
It will be more easier for bachelor's students, because their brain is still
they must learn that Indonesian language, because it is compulsory and it is mandatory. That is why they need someone that is capable of learning all these things, someone that is very sharp, someone that is very brilliant to understand things. Because I can say that learning a new language in 1 year, it's not easy, because I can say it's not 1 year, because you have some holidays. So it's just like 8 months learning the language, and it is not easy to learn a new language within 8 months.
Finally, last question now. Okay, so the last question for our listeners who are considering applying for this scholarship. What tips would you like to share for them to succeed in this and when applying for the scholarship?
Yeah, my advice to the prospective applicants that they want to apply for KNB scholarship or TS scholarship or any, let me say, the government scholarship and the university-based scholarship in Indonesia, I can say that the best thing to do is to start early, because there is some things that you need to have before you start your application. So you can gather all your documents and before the time, like the authentication of the document. Normally in the first, yes, the authentication, you have to go to Ministry of Education physically with your academic certificate, your transcript for the authentication, and then you move to University of Foreign Affairs for the verification. Yeah, so all these things to take time before you did it, because we know the country we are. Sometimes in Nigeria, if you should do it within to complete within 2 to 3 days, it will take more than 1 week without getting your document authenticated. So, and one thing that made the application very slowly during the authentication processes is the transcript. Sometimes they require the applicant to from the university that they did their undergraduate to send the transcript. You know how the process is in Nigeria. You have to go to the previous school and request for the transcript. So your school will send the transcript to Ministry of Education. Then they will start the process if they receive that transcript, and I can see like confirmation from your school that you are the one that you did. We know all these things in Nigeria. Someone will come forge the document and have the document authenticated. So that is why they need the that confirmation from your school. So, and even if they receive it, it must be from the official email of the university, maybe from academic office or registrar's office or from your department. So, you know, all these things will take time before it is complete. So, my advice is for those that are applying for KNB, it is must that your document should be authenticated. So since you know this, you should make sure that before the application starts, you did all these things, because this application has the time. Maybe they will give you 30 days. Before you know it, you see the deadline has already arrived. So in order to have your application, to submit a good application, you need to do all these things. And for after authentication is embassy recommendation. You should have the embassy recommendation letter before you start your application. So if you gather all your document early, you can send the embassy, because for Nigerian embassy, they are operating also for Ghana and Benin Republic. So can you imagine someone, maybe 1 or 2 people are handling over 1,000 requests through email address, because you just submit your request through email address. You don't need to go to the embassy physically. You just send an email with your document. Then if they check and see that you are eligible, then they will send you the embassy recommendation letter, because without that embassy recommendation letter, you will not be able to submit your application. So you see, if you gather all your document and start early, you can send before so many people start sending their application, because some will send it lately and they will not be able to get that recommendation letter. Imagine 500 applicants submitted. Even if you are eligible, you cannot get it because you submit your application very late. This is my advice, because for this time, we have so many applicants that got rejected because of the passport. If you know that your passport will expire maybe in the next year, so make sure that you renew it. At least you must have 16 months in your passport before it got expired. So if you know that your passport will expire within the next year, just make sure that you go and renew it. Because even if you have everything, that may lead to disqualification. They will reject you. So in order to avoid that, make sure that you renew your passport. And for medical test. They need
That's
the
good.
medical test that is within the first 3 months. So you can do your medical test 1 month to the application, so that you can gather all your document in hand before the application start. So all these things are and also for statement of purpose or for the video. Now they introduce the video from this year. Maybe they will continue with the video, because sometimes for the statement of purpose, people are submitting, maybe they understand that it is AI generated. So let us see you doing the video, so that you cannot do the video AI video. We have to see you physically. So make sure, for that, applicant can start preparing early. You can practice before the time. Maybe you can do your video and send it to someone that can review it and see it and make some recommendation and feedback. Do this, remove this, do this, add this. Something like that will help you to get the scholarship easily. Because if you have all the document in hand, you can submit your application early, and your application will be reviewed first come first serve. This is just a small advice for the prospective applicant.
Thank you very much for your advice. I'm sure it will help someone that is considering this scholarship.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you very much for inviting me.
For your time.
Thank you very much for inviting me to this podcast. I appreciate that.
So to our listeners, we hope you found this episode helpful. Remember that opportunities like this can open doors to many experiences for you. You get a chance to learn a new language. You get a chance to study for free also. So see you next time. Keep striving and stay inspired.